how long we're going to be up today. I do not know how long this is going to be. I'm still processing it all. Oh my gosh, yes, I am still processing it. Let those notifications go out. Oh my goodness, let them go out. Let me go ahead while those notifications are going out. Let me check. I like to give it a few seconds. Let me make sure. Okay. There we go. Straighten some stuff out for y'all. There you go. Alright, yeah. This narcissistic matrix. Oh my gosh. You know, like how the narcissist, it seems as though they get weirder and weirder. Yeah. Walking in someplace and a narcissist sees a chosen one, and because they can't get an emotional read on us, they don't know how to act. I mean, I had one butcher at a grocery store literally start like jumping up and down with a scrunched up face, almost like a monkey. I was like, what? Okay. Yeah, demonic activity in plain sight right there. So while those notifications are going out, let me go ahead and do a quick check like we normally do. Yes. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to monitor the chat here. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Just a minute. Hold on.
I need a Creepier one flash. I need a big trailer. I have it possible you park over there, but park the trailer here.
Oh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to do the best we can. How about that? We'll do what we can. And I know that the, oh, of course, y'all. Seriously? If you don't think for 1 second that, listen, nothing is a coincidence. Okay? Nothing is a coincidence. Okay? I get it. He's got a job to do, what have you. Whatever, he needs to park the trailer over there because that's to do with the tire place behind where I was. But all we can do is just pray. Like I said, I don't know how long we're gonna be up here, but that was definitely not a coincidence. Okay, so yeah, that was not a coincidence. Because, well, I don't announce where I'm going to go to do videos and such. We just know that the devil loves to try and prevent us from getting up here and speaking God's truth and sharing these truths. But anyhow, chosen one, we walk in somewhere and somebody starts acting all funny. That's not a coincidence. Okay, that's not a coincidence. Because like I shared in the very beginning, when I saw that, I was wearing the shirt, expert narc detector, warning, expert narc detector. And yeah, he was a butcher. And so I was walking by the meat section, there he was. I don't know, there was another person standing there. And he had scrunched up face and creepy, and I mean creepy. Reminded me of the House of Horrors. You know, when you go to a theme park, you know, right? And just that clown with that creepy grin. That's what he reminded me of. I was doing this little dance, almost like a monkey. I said, okay. You know, in my mind, I'm like, nice, okay. And just things like that. Then walking... Yeah, see, this is demonic activity in plain sight. We start to notice these things. We just didn't know before when they would happen. We thought they were weird, but we didn't realize it was demonic activity because the human host is demonically possessed. It's the demon spirit that are controlling their behaviors. So I'm walking down the sidewalk, on my walk or what have you, and yeah, I have had this happen a couple of times, and I find it to be really intriguing as well. But I'll be walking, and somebody's coming this way, they'd be on their phone or whatever, you know, on their phone usually, or listening to something with earbuds. I see the earbuds. And they get like right past me, and all of a sudden they stop. I keep going, but I see it out of my peripheral. And I did have one. When I turned around, he was turning around to come this way, followed just for a little bit. And I was like, wow. But that's the kind of stuff they do when they cannot get an emotional read on us. It's like they just become more obvious now. The demonic activity, demon activity in plain sight. Well, not hiding anymore. Can't hide anymore. We see it for what it is, chosen ones. We see it for what it is. For those who don't know, I am Michelle Dickey, master consultant, coach, trauma specialist, minister, and author. Yes, I'm helping survivors, fellow chosen one, overcome traumatization from narcissistic abuse. I'm helping everybody overcome the triggers, life obstacles, unpack that bag of talents and gifts that God put on the inside. Yeah, at Consulting for Heightened Awareness, CHA, a growing community of spiritual warriors for Christ. So if you've been looking for a community, yeah, that knows about the game of narcissism on the world stage, the narcissistic matrix, you know, and all the world is a stage. All right, and you're starting to notice demonic activity, right? You're starting to get a feel. You start to understand. Chosen one, God awakened us for a reason. We start to understand what's going on in the spiritual realm. And we can see when there's a monitoring spirit. That's another demon activity, right? All right, you've been looking for a community that knows about this stuff. You've come to the right place at the right time, always at God's appointed time. Galatians 4, verse 2. Very important. But monitoring spirit, that's more demon activity in plain sight. So I did a live the other day, and yeah, I mean, the wrath of God, I was like, man, just because the stupidity of the enemy and the narcissist is just beyond help. And just purity carelessness of the evil. Of course it's going to be careless, because it don't care. The devil doesn't care. The devil wants to steal, kill, and destroy, right? Oh, man. That is a Project Bluebeam plane right there. It's too low. There's no sound. That's right. Oh, my gosh. It does look real. It sure does. But that is Project Bluebeam in action, y'all. Oh, I know if I had known that that was going to be there at that particular moment, I would have taken the camera. I'm going to get one for y'all. I'm going to get one for y'all. Just hang tight, hang tight. One of these days, all right, we're going to get one for y'all. For those who have not seen a Project Bluebeam plane, oh, the fake planes, yeah, all right. And where I am residing during this season, I'm right outside of Orlando, which is the other half of Hollyweird. So, there you go. And so, yeah, I see them all the time. Anyhow, monitoring spirits, okay? When I got up here and was talking about that cleaning lady fiasco the other day, because she didn't dilute the solution. You're supposed to dilute that cleaning solution. I used to use that as a cleaning person myself, so I know, I recognize the smell. But that same evening, okay, so once I got my unit, my room, if you will, aired out and everything all good, I grab my laundry and I go to the laundromat. Well, about 1, 2, 3, I want to say about 4 doors down, there is a neighbor, and I don't see him that often. But I can tell you right now, I could tell, no judgments or anything, but I could tell he don't sleep much. I mean, you can tell, hey, he don't sleep much, apparently. Anyway, but I also saw the haughty spirit. The way that he was walking, that haughtiness. That's what I'm saying, chosen ones. This is what happens when you are in God's reality. You start to see these things, and God's revealing all. Oh, man, he is a promise keeper. And so we can see the haughty spirit, okay? We can see the haughty spirit on them. And that's how he was walking. You know, I mean, consider good posture, but yeah, a little bit too good, if you ask me. But I did. And the way he was walking, I caught the haughty spirit. Remember, pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Yes, Proverbs 27:20. Okay? Oh no, excuse me. I stand corrected, I think. I don't want to steer y'all wrong here. That's why I always do this. 27, Proverbs 27:20. Hell and destruction are before no. Right, so the eyes of man are never satisfied. Okay, right. I'm gonna get it. Just hang tight, y'all. Hang tight. I'm gonna get the right one for you all. But that is a very common one that we see with narcissists. Okay, but yeah, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And that's what I saw on him. Now, I did not know that. I did not know that he was a monitoring spirit right away. But I will tell you that because I just see him that often. You know, I'm like, okay, wait a minute, that's a neighbor I don't see that often. And I'm out and about. I mean, I'm not like a hermit or anything. And so I was like, okay. I don't see him. Okay, Proverbs 16:18. You all, Proverbs 16:18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. There you go. Stand corrected. All right, so let's drop it in the comment below. Proverbs 16:18. There we go. All right, Proverbs 16:18. Okay, so let me come on back over here where I can monitor the chat. And just to let y'all know, I didn't see him that often, you know, or hardly at all would I see this dude. I'm doing my laundry, and then suddenly, yeah, no one else was in there doing laundry. Yep. That's another Project Bluebeam plane. Fake plane. All right. Not to be distracted, y'all, but I just find it to be really intriguing how they're doing that. And yeah, they do look real, but don't be deceived. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. But yeah, this dude, now he's doing a little load of laundry. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't realize at first. And I'm like, okay, so then I get my laundry out of the dryer, finally finish it, bring it back to my room. And I see him walking around though, like, no big deal, just walking around. That's how I was able to see the haughty spirit on him. And so I get back into the room, I'm folding my laundry and putting it up, and I was like, okay, hold on a second. I said, that just struck me as odd a little bit. And so I have a screen mesh, you know, so I open up the door, letting some fresh air in, and I see him walk on by again. Then I decide to close the door because I'm like, all right, we got to have this talk. What is going on with this dude? Because I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary, really. But it was that same day of the cleaning fiasco. Yeah, the cleaning lady fiasco. Not mine. But I realized, I said, oh, monitoring spirit. Because the haughty spirit, that let me know that he's demonically possessed. So I said, okay, remember that, you all. When you see the haughty spirit on somebody, you don't unsee it. And so you know what it is. Yeah, it got the arrogance with it. It's very arrogant. Nose in the air type of haughty spirit. Then that lets you know that they are a narcissist. They are demonically possessed. And that's demon activity in plain sight. It's not hiding anymore. It is not hiding anymore. And I said, okay, wow. And then there's been some other things that have been occurring and just on my mind. And I wonder about some things, you know. And I said, my gosh, it just feels in the air and the spiritual. I said, the matrix gets creepier the more aware we become in some ways too. Yeah. And I said to myself, wow, because those monitoring spirits, I need y'all to understand, monitoring spirit, strangers, people you've never seen before. Here's how you know. For example, alright, I'm not saying y'all gonna have your front door open. Okay, I'm not saying that y'all gonna have your front door open. But whenever I see somebody, okay, who expresses, let's just say, an extreme interest in looking inside my room when I have the door open and there's the screen mesh there. I have a screen that I put up. And whenever I see somebody walk into the dumpster, which happens to be on our side of the property, and I see somebody taking their garbage out, and if I catch them breaking their neck, literally, trying to look inside my room, oh, I close the door. And that cha-ching, monitoring spirit, very, very nosy. That's a narcissist. Because chosen ones, we're not going to do that. We go by somebody's, let's just say, the occasional aircraft, can't do nothing about that. Okay, let's say that we've got, somebody else had a door open like that, and we happen to be walking by. A chosen one, we're going to notice that it's open, but we're just going to keep on walking. We ain't trying to break our neck to see what's in there. Ain't none of our business. But narcissists, because of their demonic activity with the monitoring spirit stuff, oh yeah, they're going to do it. They're going to do that. And so we pay attention to these things. But the narcissistic matrix does. It gets creepier in many ways the more aware we become. And I think that may be one thing that prevents many chosen ones from going forward in the spiritual awakening. Don't let that freak you out. It's momentary. Whenever something creepy occurs, you take note of it. Okay, you take note of it, and you keep on keeping on, because it's not going to be all the time. It's just little demon activity here and there that you'll notice, and you'll sense it in the air. I tell you, that's what I've been sensing today. I know. It's no. I ain't no superstition here. Friday the 13th. I don't care. It's just another day. It's just another day in this growing community of spiritual warriors for Christ. It's just another day. And, but it's been in the air. And I heard, you know what? I don't know exactly what it, I don't know. Right, is it possible for the Matrix to get creepier? I don't know. I think so in some way, but I don't think it's forever. I mean, I just think because it's no longer able to hide the evil in plain sight anymore, and we're just starting to become more aware of it. You know, so it seems that way. That's where we're at. Okay, yours truly, that's where I'm at. Is where, you know, it's kind of similar to when God awakened us to all this narcissism, and we go through that season of, oh my gosh, is everybody a narcissist? Oh, wow. You know, just seeing it all around us. Well, that's where I'm at within the evil, the demon activity that is just, wow. I mean, it is all around us, so I'm processing that, and that's why it seems, just like it seemed during that season with the narcissists, it seemed like everybody was a narcissist all of a sudden. But we know that's not true. But I'm having a similar experience in the spiritual with that, seeming like evil is all around us. I see that, but wow. And we come to realize, as we learn more about it, that a lot of this stuff's been here our whole life. We just didn't see it before. And so this one today, I recognized the sound, and it went off 3 times, like a bullhorn. Y'all know the bamboo horns, right? If you've ever heard anyone blow into one of those, it's Okay, it's very distinct. It's a very distinct sound. But it also has a similar frequency as the, well, okay, they are, when I was growing up, okay, in a town, a city, by the way, in North Carolina, off of a dirt road, and there were pastures and there were cows and things like that. But on that particular area, that property that we all were on with neighbors and stuff, there was one of those metal, it was like a horn, right? And and I remember going outside and they told us it had something to do with the weather. And it sounded, to me as a little girl, it sounded like the cows were mooing, is what it sounded like. You know? But it was a siren. It was a siren going off. Well, that's a lot like what a bullhorn would sound like. That bamboo one that you blow into. And I know that is associated with satanic ritual, with demon activity. And I heard it go off 3 times today outside the building. And I was like, okay, because I've been sensing it. I made an early run to the store because I wanted to get one of them rolling caddies, a small storage caddy. It got 3 shells because I had some, I have things like Febreze and then like some large things of vinegar because I use vinegar water to clean. So some cleaning supplies that I had sitting. I wanted to get everything up off the floor. I wanted to get better organized. So I wanted to go get one of those. Then I had to get some paper towels, some other things. But I wanted to get that caddy. So I took off early and went and got that. And so I come back and I'm putting that caddy together and other things. And I had to get a bigger hair clamp. Yeah. And I'm like, glory be to God. Yeah, because the little bitty one wasn't holding. Listen, because hair grows back. For those who may not know, when the Jezebel case study got closed, she launched a physical attack on me that caused me to lose a good chunk of my hair because I had to have staples put in. And so now, 18 months later, at the time of this recording, my hair has grown back a lot and it's getting thicker. But before this, I had to get a bigger clamp because the smaller one I had was no longer keeping all my hair in the clamp. But anyhow, so I went to get that, and then so I get back to the room and I'm putting together this caddy so I can get the cleaning supplies that I've got, what I can up off the floor. Because I was like, okay, it's time to get better organized with this. So a little at a time that we've been doing, decluttering, reorganizing, cleaning up, like that. So I wanted to go get that, and so we did. And then when I came back, now I know that there was some things going on prior to that. I'm still digesting that. I don't know the details. All I know is that I hear that sound, and it reminds me of the Zap Day siren. The siren of death. I don't recall where I learned, that bamboo bullhorn, when it goes off, it's deep. But I was trying to figure out, I said, okay, wait a minute, today, why did somebody blew into one of those at least 3 times. Now, I understand that 3 and it's complete. Okay, I get that. Because, see, the devil uses that number too. All right, yes, he uses the number 3 as well for some stuff. And I said, okay, well, I know that particular sound is also, it's considered a celebrational sound in the demonic realm. If you've ever heard that, okay, that horn go off like that, it sounds like a cow mooing constantly, and loud is what it sounds like. And so it went off 3 times. I was like, okay, because I've been sensing some, in the spiritual. I said, okay, I see the demon activity going on here, but why that bullhorn sound? And it went off 3 times. Well, I have learned since then that that's associated with death. And that was a sacrificial horn. You know, it was basically a signal for the spiritual realm that whatever it was that needed to be sacrificed has been done. So I'm still piecing together some pieces of that. But it was really, really something else, because I was like, man, I've been feeling it. And that's why it feels like the Matrix just get, because I was sitting there in my room, I was like, okay, this is getting creepier. It seems as though the Matrix is just getting creepier. I said, okay, I get satanic rituals go on all the time. We know this. The distancing and the covering of the face, that's a satanic ritual. We know that. Okay, and I also, that horn sound 3 times, typically after a sacrifice has been made. And it's usually the death of someone, maybe even an animal, I don't know. But we know that there's a lot of that goes on. And I was like, okay, that's, oh my gosh. It just does. It just seems like it's creepier, when things like that occur. And I was like, okay, that's the sound of death. And the demons are celebrating it. Yeah, I know. It takes a while to wrap your head around that. But just know, if you hear that kind of bullhorn and it goes off 3 times, yeah, there was a demonic sacrifice that took place. Okay, you know what? Yeah, okay, maybe the war horn. I know what you're talking about. But yeah, it sounds like a cow mooing really loud. And I call it a bullhorn. But in my mind, the visual I have is the bamboo bullhorn. And it's very, very distinct. So yeah. But you can call it a mosquito mesh, but it's a screen. It's a screen to go in and out. But to be able to open up and get some fresh air in there. And yeah, I have seen some of those, but we also know that those are animated salt molecules, right? Okay. Right, yeah, bull or cow sound. I think that's why, because it does. It sounds like the mooing of that animal. That's what it sounds like. And there you go. If it reminds you of the Roman army war horn, yeah. And you know what? Let me see. I'll come back over here in the chat in a minute, but I'm gonna see if I can't find one to give you all a better perspective, because I know that they're okay. Yeah. Let me see but the Roman army, okay. Let's see if it'll pull something up that I can. Okay. Instant soundboard. Okay, that sounds interesting. All right, let me go here and turn this up.
Hit that bullseye and the dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Checkmate.
Okay, that's not. Nope, not what I was. Okay, no, not what I was trying to. Never mind. That's not what we're looking for right there. Okay. Okay, that's not working either. Okay, wow. They're saying I gotta download it? No way, man. They want you to download. Wow. Okay. Dang. I don't know, y'all, but let's see what comes up on this. But I was like, I am not going to download, but that's what they want you to do. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if it'll, okay. Okay, that's not. Okay. Okay. Okay, electric bullhorns. Well, it's not electric though. In my mind, I got. Okay, hold on. Never mind, y'all. Never mind. We'll have to look that up another day. Because I honestly, if you can find one, remember, YouTube definitely does not like, as far as I know, the algorithm don't like links in the comment section. But if y'all can find a sound, a bullhorn sound, send me an email. The email is in the description below, if you don't mind. Because, and one that I don't have to download, I don't want to download it. I just want to, I just wanted to share it with y'all. The description below, if you don't mind. Well, of course they were pagan. Why are you holding that? Okay, Viking war horn. Oh, that, okay, that's close to it. You found the link. Okay. Okay. The Viking war horn, that's close. That's close also. I mean, okay. Yeah. Well, because they call it a war horn. Yes, that's what, okay, that's the visual. Thank you. The bamboo, that is the visual. That's the visual that I have. It is the visual. All right. That's it. Giving me chills, man. Yep. That's it. That went on, it went on 3 times. That is exactly the sound I heard. Yep. So, thank you, Chris, for bringing that. That's it right there. That's it. It does. It sounds like a cow in distress. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why when I was a little girl and I would hear that, right, I would hear the actual, they had a horn that was supposed to, like, alert us of weather issues or what have you. And it would sound like that. And so when I was a little girl, I thought that it was the cows mooing. But that is what I heard today. And that's what I heard outside. 3 times that thing went off. I just got the goosebumps with that going on. I was like, man, and it was creeping me out a little bit. Not scaring or anything like that, but I was like, that's spiritual. Yes, right outside the extended stay hotel room, right outside my building. Or on the roof, I don't know. I didn't go outside. But I heard it. And I said, wait a minute. I said, I remember hearing that as a little girl. I spit. And the last time I heard that sound was when I was on a business trip. I stayed, oh gosh, I don't remember exactly where it was, but I know I was there for almost 2 weeks on a business trip. And I remember that, and it was around, it was hurricane season. And so I remember hearing that also. Yep. It is a creepy sound. And yeah, the sound, I heard it loud and clear right outside my room. Right outside my room. That's why I'm saying demon activity, y'all. Demon activity. I mean, why? Why are they blowing a bullhorn like that? Why are they, or a Viking war horn, whatever you want to call it? Why are they blowing that? And it's 3 times. It went off 3 times. And I said to myself, I was like, I know that that is a death sound as well, because it reminds me of the siren, okay, the death siren on Zap Day, very long and drawn out. I also know that in the demonic realm, they use that, and it goes off 3 times, okay? It's not, I mean, we are in spiritual warfare, spiritual battle for the mind, yes, but I was like, yeah, why? Why? Because it usually means that there's been a satanic sacrifice of some kind. So you got to remember, though, right where I am living in this season, next door there's some businesses. Right next door there's some businesses and stuff like that. So when I heard it outside my unit, I heard it loud and clear, but I don't know exactly where it was coming from. That's the thing. I don't know exactly where it was coming from. But it was close enough for me to hear loud and clear outside my room. And I was like, yeah, and it was about hold on a second. About 1:09 p.m. Eastern Time when that occurred. 1:09. I don't know what that means, but it was 1:09, because I remember looking at the clock for some reason. One oh nine. I don't know. Okay. So, anyhow, there you have it. There you have it. Okay, 13:09. That's military time for 1:09. You're right. Hello, Cindy. Yeah, you're gonna want to listen to this from the beginning. Yeah, because we lead up into the Viking war horn sound. It's creepy. When I heard that today, I was like, because I've been feeling it in the spiritual. I was like, something going down. Something going down. And welcome. Yeah, and it is creepy. But God, that's how I know. That's how I know, because I remember, but also down in the rabbit hole, I also remember reading or hearing, or somebody did a video when I was on Telegram, and I remember learning about certain rituals that take place with satanic sacrifices, and that sound is one of them. It's like a celebratory sound. Like when I was telling y'all with the siren on Zap Day, how it, and I was trying to figure that out. I was like, it's just like this pattern, or this pattern. Because on a regular day, that not a Zap Day, the you know what I'm saying? So I was like, what's up with this pattern? And then I realized that long and drawn out one is the siren of death. Well, so is the Viking horn, the bullhorn sound, the sound of death. Think about it. A Viking war horn. Well, what's going to happen during the war, right? People are going to die. It's a death sound. It's a death sound. And we know that we live in a fallen Babylonian narcissistic matrix. And we know about the symbol of death, right? It's the medical symbol. And so I said, it's not a surprise that you see that symbol on the very vehicles that make that sound, that death siren sound. It's like demon activity in plain sight. So it just seems like the Matrix gets creepier. That's all. I'm sure it doesn't, but that's where I'm at in the spiritual awakening. It's just, it seems like it's getting creepier. And I was like, I know it's trying to instill fear, but it's not going to, because perfect love casts out all fear. I'm just like, whoa, dude, what is going on with that? Why is that doing that? You know, and it's like, why am I? But now I know why I was sensing that in the spiritual. I was like, something's up. Like when I went to the store, and I was like, So I'm feeling it. Okay, well, that demon would celebrate. Okay, yeah, the demons will celebrate death. That's what they do, because they feel like in the demonic realm, whenever somebody dies, they feel like that's a win for them. Because after all, what is the devil out to do? Steal, kill, and destroy. You know, I find it intriguing that the cognitive dissonance here is in full swing, because the devil hates humanity, but is dependent on it for a human host to even exist. So it's like, okay, but yeah, but the demonic realm is all about needing like human sacrifices. It's a sacrifice for the devil, not for God. God's like, no, God doesn't need none of that. But yeah, and certain sound frequencies can cause different feelings. Yeah, that's exactly right. Radio frequency, yeah, there's a lot of things involved with that. Radio frequency can elicit certain feelings in people. And so that the sound of that war horn, the death horn, that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it the death horn. Because that really is. When you think about war and you think about, a battle, you know, an actual physical battle where they would sound off such a creepy sounding horn, that, okay, you know, that's letting you know something. And so it's the death horn is what it is, like the death siren. And so you're right about that. There are certain frequencies that will do that. And so it make you feel sad, make you feel very low, because it's very low vibing. You know, you heard that, right? Very low vibing. Yeah, that kind of slaughter that goes on during a war, that's very low vibing, very demonic, demon activity right there. And well, it could be a cat wailing, but I think a cow is more appropriate for that sound. But now a bobcat, now I could see a bobcat. They'd be big enough to make something sound like that. And it's not because it's Friday the 13th. See, that's what the devil will want you to think. Because it's Friday the 13th, that's why I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing today. No, and I'm not the only one. There's others out here. And it's not just today. It's been like all week. Just different thing. But today just happened to be the death horn. And I was like, okay. And so, but yeah. Two of the earliest things that the demon taught man was, oh gosh, how to make weapons. I'm not surprised about that. Oh, and makeup. Okay. Because think about the war paint. Makeup for war paint. I get it. Right. And then makeup for deception. Ah, yes. Yep. The earliest things that demons taught. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But yeah, that death horn, it really is. It is very sad and mournful. And see, that's the doom and gloom. That's what it is. On and off all week. Okay, with that cleaning fiasco, all right, if y'all have not caught that live, I did that the other day. Actually, Tuesday's Truth Seeker podcast. Okay, I highly encourage y'all to check that one out, okay? It was December 10th of 2024. It should be relatively recent on this channel, okay? The Truth Seeker podcast that we did December 10th, 2024, because I talk about the cleaning lady fiasco. Because I felt the sense of urgency in the demonic realm. Like, you know how the devil is always trying to hurry up? And that's when they screw up. Okay, so and the reason being is because the very next day, throughout the afternoon, a cold front was coming in. Y'all know with the radio frequency symptoms and viruses and all that, okay? That's going on inside the matrix with the game of narcissism and all of that. Okay, because these companies need to sell their concoction that only prolong radio frequency symptoms, doesn't cure nothing. Anyhow, they need to sell that stuff. So the cool weather was coming in, so the cleaning lady fiasco, I felt the sense of urgency. It's like I've been feeling it up to that, and you know, not for me, and I knew it wasn't from God. But I could always tell when the devil's up to something like that, because he's trying to do it real quick. He's trying to hurry up for something. And I was like, I got to look at this weather app real quick. And okay, because there's a cold front coming in before it warms back up. He doesn't have much time. Remember, the devil's time is always short. So you got to try to hurry up to do these things. And I believe today's bullhorn has something to do with that. I do. I believe that there's a connection. I believe that there's a connection with that bullhorn, the death horn, that sound going off at that particular time. Yeah, I think that there's a connection, and I'm gonna work that out. Right, and then makeup for deception and camouflage, absolutely, and that kind of thing. I know, kind of funny, because here I am, I'm like, oh, makeup, wow. Okay, well, it's my thing. And, right. And that's it. When we're crept and unawares, we don't notice these things. We don't notice this type of demon activity in plain sight. And so, as I said in the very beginning, I did not know how long I was going to be up here. And for those of you who will catch it on the replay, you'll catch that there was a person that came up and asked for me to move because they had a trailer that they needed to park right there, because there's a tire place right next to it. And that's fine. That's fine. But it's not a coincidence that we would get interrupted at that particular moment. But anyhow, that's that. But and we got on with it. But I was talking about monitoring spirits and demon activity. Just wow. And I'm gonna keep bringing it to y'all. I'm gonna keep bringing this to y'all, because this is just so fascinating to be not just experiencing, but to be watching it unfold, you know, as we continue keeping on going forward. And just like, yeah, yeah. And the animated salt molecules, man, I got more for y'all on that too. Oh man. Yeah, the more oxygen that's in the environment, the less parasites you'll find. I wish that applied to narcissists. Oh, I know. Well, in a way, I guess it could. But they like to come in and suck the oxygen right out of every atmosphere they enter, don't they? But that wraps this up, you all. I really, this is amazing, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in the Let's Just Chat playlist. Right, if only, right. I know, if only it would apply to the narcissist, but we learn to just stay away from them where possible. All right, everybody, so keep on keeping on, all right? And as I continue to experience and witness more demon activity, I'm gonna bring it to y'all. Because and the funny thing is, this kind of stuff has been going on our whole lives. We just didn't know it yet. Wow. That's right. Oh man, sending love and light to all fellow warriors. Thank you for watching, listening, and for your continued support. Till next time, let's show some gratitude to the Heavenly Father, and you keep being you. In Jesus' name, amen.